The Social Welfare Department is looking to expand its fleet of electric vehicles designed specifically for PWDs. Secretary Rex Gatchalian said PWD beneficiary groups have used the agency's Sustainable Livelihood Program to develop a pilot fleet of 20 PWD-friendly e-vehicles. The DSWD's plan to expand this e-vehicle fleet follows a viral incident where a PWD was physically beaten and electrocuted inside a public bus. Gatchalian clarified that it had been underway long before the incident, but the video only underscored the urgency of the program.
Oh, well, magandang balita to. Pero
It is, kasi ang dami talaga until now, marami pang gagawin para sa PWD communities in terms of their accessibility.
Pero dapat ang end goal nito is not a specialized fleet for PWDs. Dapat regardless kung ano yung mass transport there, dapat lahat friendly for them.
Kasi can you imagine yung mga traditional
eh.
jeepney ngayon, it's really hard for the PWD community, lalo na yung may mga naka-wheelchair, diba, to get up. Tapos ang maganda dyan, dapat kaakibat din lahat ng infrastructure PWD friendly. Kasi kunyari, let's say pumunta si PWD sa isang lugar, nakasakay nga siya dito, very comfortable dito sa fleet na to, sa e-vehicle na to. But when he or she goes to the destination, wala namang ramp, walang accessibility para sa mga PWD. Dapat ganun din, no? So hand in hand dapat yung pag-develop nila nito.
Alright, let's discuss that further with DSWD Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao.
Good morning, ASEC. Thanks for joining us again.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Ma'am Angela and Tiago. Good morning po and good morning sa lahat po ng sumusubaybay ng inyong pong programa.
Opo, this is actually good news po, no, para sa ating PWD community, itong fleet po ng e-vehicles. Ang tanong po dito, ASEC, ilang po bang e-vehicles ang target po na ma-deploy ng DSWD for PWDs?
Actually po, next week we will be launching yung 20 na electric transportation services. That will be operated by Sustainable Livelihood Program associations ng DSWD. Ng mga miyembro po ay mga persons with disabilities. This is actually an effort nga of the department to provide safe and accessible transport services for persons with disabilities, as we also endeavor to create or establish a person with disability inclusive society.
So
and ito nga po, while we will be inaugurating 20 by next week, the Secretary has given instruction yesterday when we inspected the units na kinakailangan ma-expedite yung processes natin so that we could scale up further yung pong programa. In fact, we have set a meeting with the Department of Transportation para ma-facilitate din all necessary documents para magamit for public transport yung pong mga vehicles na ito. Currently kasi, yung dun sa pilot natin, ginagamit siya for private shuttle service ng mga private companies. Marami kasi tayong mga Sustainable Livelihood Program beneficiaries na mga persons with disabilities na nagtatrabaho rin po sa mga call centers. Yan, so dito po ginagamit nila. So we're looking at scaling it up.
ASEC, itong mga e-vehicles na to, no, you said 20 of them. Are these going to be exclusively for PWDs? Tsaka ang katanungan din ng mga ibang members natin ng society is, yung mga terminal or stopping points itong mga PWD-friendly vehicles, will they also be friendly for PWDs mismo? Kasi kung yung vehicle daw friendly pero yung area kung saan sila sasakay mahirap puntahan, baka it defeats the purpose daw. Oo.
Yeah. Actually, ganito po, no, kaya tayo makikipag-usap din with the Department of Transportation because when we use this for public transport na talaga, we have to ensure that the bus stops will be safe, will be accessible, and will be person with disability friendly. Kasi may mga ramps din na kinakailangan available, no, in those areas. Second, tinitingnan we would like to mention na yung mga buses make use of an application. It's a mobile application na kung saan doon nagre-register yung mga persons with disabilities. That's where they indicate yung mga pick-up points nila. Kaya nga ang kwento nila kahapon, lalabas na lang sila kung alam nilang malapit na yung pong vehicle na mag-pick up sa kanila o mag-ferry sa kanila. And then another thing, cashless din yung payment for this. Yung binabayad nila, yung pamasahe nila, the usual na cost ng pamasahe, no, na binabayad like the usual public transport. But this one, mas convenient sa kanila, mas comfortable for them, but at lesser cost. No? I mean, competitive yung price with the public transport.
Okay.
And of course, ito rin nga, operated by persons with disabilities. Kasi sila yung mga members ng Sustainable Livelihood Program associations natin. So, ano yan talagang inclusive, no, yung approach natin dito. And we empower our person with disabilities.
Yeah. Okay. So, since you mentioned po na for inaugural po nitong e-vehicles na po na ito, Fleet for the PWDs, ay 20 units lang siya, which areas po ba yung tinatarget po natin muna? Ulit, just to clarify lang po.
Yes, ang tinatarget po natin is 10 local government units within the National Capital Region. So, yan muna kasi yung mga na-identify na meron tayong mga na-organize na Sustainable Livelihood Program Association.
Okay.
So, sila po yung mga mag-ooperate muna. But we're looking at expanding na nga po and identifying other cities na malaki rin yung bilang ng mga
But which
persons
specific
with
location
disabilities na
po?
may mga associations.
Which specific location po?
Let me we have that list already. Let me just check kung saan dito sa Metro Manila yung mga areas na po na mabibigyan natin. Actually, we will be giving we have organized 4 Sustainable Livelihood Associations in Quezon City. We also have in Mandaluyong, in Pasay, and in Manila. So ito pong mga buses na ito will be distributed to the SLPAs in this area. Pero meron rin tayo, Mandaluyong, Pasay, Manila, and then Quezon.
Okay. And then, in the long run, para po sa iba pang lugar, not just here in NCR, kailan po natin tinatarget? Ano pong timeline natin to be able to introduce din po also sa iba pang lugar?
Yeah. Actually, let me just add na meron rin po tayo pala sa Malabon, dalawa rin in Caloocan, dalawa rin in Muntinlupa, San Juan, and then 1 in Pasig and Las Piñas. So, yan, total of 20 buses po yan na madidistribute. But sabi ko nga po kanina, we're looking at further expanding this soon as we finalize and firm up discussions with the Department of Transportation, and also looking at possibilities of maybe putting up also some other metros in our country.
Right. So, ilan po ulit yung capacity ng isang unit?
Actually, depende po doon sa disabilities or varied abilities ng ating mga persons with disabilities. Kasi kung wheelchair, actually pwede 4 wheelchair doon. Kasi pagbukas nung door, right in front of the door, pwedeng 2 doon na naka-wheelchair, and then doon sa loob pa. So pwedeng 2. Pero kung hindi naman naka-wheelchair, so pwedeng i-flatten yung seats na naka-fold currently. And then pwedeng i-occupy yon ng 4 persons with disabilities. And then sa loob, merong mga additional seats. So depende doon sa natin, mga persons with disabilities who will be riding the buses.
Yung operational hours po, do we have details on that as well?
Well, dahil currently nga, these are used as private shuttles of our persons with disabilities are working in private companies. Ano po yan, depende dun sa oras.
Depende pa rin sa kanila.
Pagpasok. Okay. But Angela, we're looking at, making use of this as regular public transport vehicles. So, pwedeng maging 24 hours, but depende rin doon sa mga associations. Because I'd like to point out that this vehicles doesn't just provide safe and accessible transport services to our persons with disabilities, but it's also a livelihood activity for them. Sila po kasi yung kumikita, so sila yung mag-ooperate, and then whatever income generated from this service will be divided amongst all members. So,
That's nice.
napakalaking tulong din sa kanila.
Yeah.
In fact, the DSWD has assisted these associations in terms of capacity building. So we did some social preparation, we oriented them how to operate, and then other information that are relevant and necessary were shared to them. And then sila na rin yung nag-ooperate. So napakaganda because we're not just providing an accessibility to persons with disabilities, but we're also empowering them to really be part of our be part of our society.
Okay. So lastly na lang po, Asek, kasi may mga nagsasabi dito, ilang months po ba yung preparation po nitong project na to? Because may mga nagsasabi na kaya nilang ginawa to because of the yung mga ilang insidente na nare-report po natin dito, tulad na lamang po na may nabugbog na PWD sa isang bus recently, and yung isang report din na sinisingil ng doble bayad yung isang PWD kasi medyo malaki siya, tapos may wheelchair, tapos bumaba na lang siya ng jeep dahil nga na-embarrass na siya. So ilang months po ba yung preparation nito, Asek?
Actually, Angela, matagal na natin itong ginawa dahil matagal na rin itong Sustainable Livelihood Program. But last year, the Secretary has kasi parang 1 year the making ata, if I'm not mistaken. So last year, nagbigay talaga ng instructions si Secretary na mabigyan nga ng magandang livelihood naman itong mga persons with disabilities that they could really benefit from. And then last February, during the anniversary of the DSWD, we already launched itong programa na ito. In fact, there was this vehicle that was presented to all visitors of the DSWD. It just so happened na at that time, pilot implementation pa lang siya. That was this February. No? So nag-pilot pa lang. And then ito nga, we were informed that the additional vehicles were already available. So yesterday, in-inspect po namin para matiyak talaga na magiging maayos naman yung magiging operation nito. So this idea was not conceptualized. It wasn't
overnight.
Born out of it wasn't born overnight, and it wasn't the result of a thought that happened just because may nag-viral po, no.
Right.
No, matagal na po talaga natin na ini-envision, lalong-lalo na ni Secretary Rex Gatchalian na magkaroon ng ganitong programa following, of course, the directive of President Marcos Jr. to provide safe and accessible transport services for persons with disabilities and the vulnerable sector. And, of course, this is in adherence also to the Magna Carta for persons with disabilities and part of our fulfillment doon sa UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. So, lahat naman po ito talagang ginagawa natin as lead in social protection.
All right, we are looking forward to the expansion of this fleet. For the meantime, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, DSWD Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao. Thank you so much for joining us today.